Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time we left off, we came back here to Winterhold. We were in the town of, what was it called? The name escaped. Dawnstar, that's the place. We were in Dawnstar. We finished up our business there and we came back to the College of Winterhold, stopping off on the way at a fort. But eventually we made it back in one piece. Anyhow, what is in store for us today is the more pressing issue, I think. And once we have loaded up the screen, we shall get cracking. It's 6:25 AM, Monday morning. What better day to start your adventuring on? Anyhow, let's go here, we go to journal and we'll see what we're going to do today. Today I plan to do two things. Now whether we're going to fit it into one update or whether it will span across two, I don't know. But I have two goals in mind that I want to achieve today. And first of all, that is to try and finish this quest line, or at least finish the next part of it. As somebody rightly said, I think Elwynn needs to get to the bottom of this debauchery that happened, and he's going to try and do that. Try and clear his name. He's the Archmage after all. He can't have his name sullied by some random act he did many moons ago. So we're going to try and get to the bottom of this whole seedy affair. So we're going to head to Morvunskar. Now on the map here, Morvunskar is near Windhelm, so it's not too far away. So that's going to be one of the first things we do. And then we also have here Ingol Barrow. Now Ingol Barrow has a quest associated with it in relation to Winterhold 2. We're trying to build relations with the Jarl of Winterhold. Of course, the Jarl seems to dislike mages, especially due to the fact that the fall of Winterhold into the Sea of Ghosts has been attributed, whether that be correctly or incorrectly, to the presence of the college itself. And he therefore despises mages. So Elwynn is endeavouring to retrieve, I think it's the Helm of Winterhold, for the Jarl. Take it back to him, and hopefully that will go to start building some bridges between the Jarl and the college. So that's it. That's his two tasks for the day. Head to Morvunskar and find out more about this whole night to remember, and then to Ingol Barrow to find the Helm of Winterhold, and then we shall pop back and take it from there. So there you go. That is what we plan to do today. So it's another bright and early morning. Indeed it is. Rather simple breakfast, a few fresh fruits, nice light start to the day. And, whoa, hello there. Morning stroll, is it, Sergius?
Enchanting services.
Yes, very good. Don't mean to be rude, you know, but I got things to do. Have a nice day now. Ensure the students don't go blowing things up that they shouldn't be. And all that kind of stuff. Okay, so as we make our way towards Morvunskar, I think will be the first port of call. Better mark it on my map actually. There we go. Should give us a bit of a map marker. There we go, lovely. So as we head towards Morvunskar, wherever it may be, Elwynn, as usual, on his sort of days off, evenings off, whatever, does partake in a spot of reading here and there. And one particular topic has caught his attention really recently, and that is the Dwemer. We have visited a couple of Dwemer ruins. He's quite fascinated by the architecture, to say the very least, and it's almost like a mystery of what happened to this ancient race of people. And therefore he's over the next few weeks or so, he's probably going to start reading up as much as possible on the Dwemer. And he does have a few books in his footlocker that are based on Dwemer history and culture, and that is what his goal is now. So he's going to steer away from the fairy tale type books, and he's going to now start focusing on more of the factual type books based around Dwemer history and culture. And the first book he read last night, after his rather hearty meal of beef stew, he sat down and read, I think for the love of God, I've forgotten the title of the book. I think it's called Dwarves Volume 1. I think it's just as simple as that. The book was called Dwarves Volume 1, and he read that last night. It was a bit of light reading. It wasn't the biggest and longest of reads, but he might as well start somewhere. So as we continue on the rest of our journey towards Morvunskar. I'm terrible with names, you've got to forgive me. Morvunskar, yes. We shall recount the book Dwarves Volume 1. So sit back, enjoy, and I will continue on my way towards our destination. Okay, I haven't even started reading yet because this is... Wow! Talk about a rude awakening! Oh my god! What the... What the hell is this all about? Are you having a laugh? Oh my goodness gracious. Yep, conjure flame matron act, please. What the hell? I didn't even see him approach, he just attacked me from the middle of nowhere! Somebody woke up with a sore head this morning! Ah, he's gonna land on my face! Ah! Berlina trying to shoot it out of the sky with a bow and arrow! Land, creature, land! I have a present for you! Ah, he's gonna fall. We can't get complacent. Not in the slightest bit can we get complacent. Time to die, creature, time to die! Don't tell me he just stood there watching and didn't help out! That, my friends, is how you take down the blood dragon in the morning.
Behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know.
I thought I had it bad in the morning. I thought I was a grumpy pants. Berlina, if you would care to carry the usual for me, please. The dragon bones and dragon scales, because they're rather heavy.
You lead. I'll follow.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, we're a little bit outside the scope of Winterhold here for the cleaners to come and remove this. So let's just hope something does. Maybe, I don't know, some animals will pick away at it. Some bandits come and loot it, believing dragon bones to be lucrative, which they are. Of course, I can only carry a certain amount due to their vast girth, but other people might come along and, take the various parts away. Anyhow, before I was so rudely interrupted by a dragon crashing at my feet, let us now try a second time to start recalling Dwarves Volume 1. Dwarves. The Lost Race of Tamriel, Volume 1. Architecture and Designs. By Calsimos, Scholar of Markarth. A scholarly work on the architecture and metallurgy of Dwemer. Let me begin by correcting a common misconception. The proper term to use when referencing the ancient lost race of Tamriel is Dwemer. It is a word whose meaning is roughly translated to people of the deep in the common tongue, and whose use has been widely replaced by the more ubiquitous nomenclature dwarves. I would like stated that I use the name dwarves in lieu of the more accurate terms in these books out of sympathy for my readership, whom I can safely assume does not have the breadth of scholarship that 200 years of study has given me. With that small point finished, let us begin our discussion on the dwarves by focusing on the indisputable artifacts they have left behind, their architectural and cultural designs. Unlike the more controversial areas of dwarven scholarship, the construction of dwarven cities and relics are well founded due to the plethora of samples taken from the ruins these people have left behind. My own home city Markarth was originally one such ruin, and I can state from first-hand experience that all dwarven designs share a set of common principles that we use to determine true artifacts from fakes, and delineate patterns and methodologies that were important to their craftsmen. First of all, we can say for certain that dwarven artisans favoured stone, at least as far as their buildings were concerned. This is no surprise. With notable exceptions, the vast majority of dwarven architecture is found underground or carved out of mountains. It is possible, although only theoretically, that the dwarves first mastered masonry as a race quite early, and later examples of metalwork were added on to much earlier stone designs as the dwarves began to master more complex tools. Regardless, the foundation of all known dwarven ruins is built on stonework, and the structure of dwarven stonework is sharp, angular, and intensely mathematical in nature. By a simple count, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of samples of dwarven buildings made of precise, square shapes, and far fewer examples of discretely rounded or curved stonework, leading us to believe that early dwarves favoured trusted, well-calculated designs based on angled lines rather than riskier, more imprecise calculations based on arcs and curves. This comparatively simple tradition of stone cutting has nevertheless resulted in buildings that are as structurally sound today as they were thousands of years ago, making the works of our most skilled masons today seem like child's play in comparison. Metalwork, as far as we know, is the primary method used to make almost all dwarven crafts. We cannot, however, discount more easily destructible materials such as clay, paper and glass from outside the scope of dwarven craftsmanship. But given the tendency of dwarven design to favour the long-lasting over the fragile, we can safely assume that at the very least metal was a heavy preference. And the metal used in all so far discovered dwarven relics is entirely unique to their culture. No other race has replicated whatever process was used to create dwarven metal. Although it can be easily mistaken for bronze, and in fact many forgers of dwarven materials use bronze to create their fake replicas, it is most definitely a distinct type of metal of its own. I have personally seen metallurgists attempt to combine several different types of steel and common and rare ores in order to imitate dwarven metal's exclusive properties, but the only method that has been successful is to melt down existing dwarven metallic scraps and start over from there. Okay, and here we are once again outside the gates of Windhelm. I got it right this time. Yes. For a short while I was worried about Brina's whereabouts, but she turned up as usual. Okay, so we need to be over there. Now, I don't know if I've come too far. No, I need to cross the river, you see. Look, to get across this river somehow. And there is no obvious way across, other than to go across the river. So this is going to be a necessary evil. Crossing the river. Never something Elwynn looks forward to, I have to admit. But if we have no choice, then it is what it must be done. And here seems like a good as place as any. Is it deep here? Yes, kind of deep. Kind of deep. Okay, let's just do our usual keep our, particularly now we have Nice posh archmage robes. We don't want to sully these getting wet, do we? We don't want to really get dirt on these damn things. So yeah, we'll take the usual off. Go taking a nice morning dip in the old stream. Okay, okay. Lovely, look at that, eh? I can now swim to my heart's content without fear of drowning, for a starter. Okay. Alright. Shake it off. And put our clothes back on, eh? Right, so let's see what awaits us over here. Oh! Whoa, boy! Whoa, an orc! Where did he come from? I care not, to be perfectly frank with you. What shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do? Conjuring Glacy!
Still here. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know.
I just want to check something out here. She doesn't know. Okay.
Lead on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but that's my atronach. But that was the first time that I recall Brelina summoning a frost atronach. Did she just summon a frost? She's summoned familiars before now. Wolf, you know, her wolf friend, and she's summoned you know, Celosia, her flame atronach, but I don't recall her summoning a frost atronach before now. Is she actually leveling up correctly along with Elwynn? It's handy, because rather than having just the one frost atronach, we can conjure up two. Believe you me, two atronachs, two frost atronachs clomping about the damn place could cause quite a bit of damage. Just taking a quick nosy up here what the statue is. It's probably just something to do with I don't know, but I'm taking the steel helmet, I'm taking the potion of plentiful stamina, I'm taking the coin purse, because I just learned the tailor's mistake.